Good morning. This is Mr. Stancifer with your morning announcements for Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. How are you? It's been a long time since I've seen you. It's been a long time since you've seen me. I figured, you know what? It's July 1st. It's a brand new month, so what the hey? Let's have some morning announcements. So I hope you love them. I hope you're having a great summer. Summer's all about, for me, summer's all about slip and slides and water balloons. And if you know somebody with the pool, go for it. So hope you've been enjoying the water, enjoying the weather, and enjoying some great summer. Summer for me is also about reading. So I hope you've been doing some reading, and I sent home a reading log. When your parents came and picked up your stuff at the end of May, I sent home a reading log and a summer math packet. So I hope you're chipping away at that. Remember, it's best to do it a little at a time. So each day you do a little bit of that activity, and that's going to make it easier. So when it comes late July, you're not thinking, oh my goodness, I got a lot to do. So just helps keep us sharp. I love reading, and I'm continuing to read over the summer. My kids are, and hopefully you are as well. Just keep us sharp and keep us learning, and it'll be great. I've got some jokes for you today. So first joke, I got two of them. First joke, why can't a nose be 12 inches? Why can't your nose be 12 inches? So look, here's a ruler. There's 12 inches. That'd make a long nose, wouldn't it? Why? But why? Why can't a nose be 12 inches? Because if it's 12 inches, it'd be a foot. Get it? 12 inches equals 1 foot. All right, you get it. Second joke. Why couldn't Mrs. Clark open her classroom door? She's locked out. Why can't Mrs. Clark open her classroom door? Because she left her keys on the piano. All right. We've been working hard here at Huntertown, and different crews have been coming in and working hard as well. You're going to see some changes when you come back in the fall. We don't quite know what the fall is going to look like, but you're going to see some changes when you come out to Huntertown. If you've been out, maybe you've already seen some of those changes. So let's take a look at what's new out here at Huntertown for you. All right, first, we've been talking about the Courtyard, and the Courtyard is going to get a makeover. It's going to get a facelift. And you recall from the announcements back in May, when we were doing remote learning back in April and May, I was giving you some updates on what's going on, and take a look at this demolition. So they're taking out the old and they're getting ready to put in the new. Speaking of putting in the new, it was so cool to see them pump new concrete into the space. And I was thinking, how are they gonna do it? Are they gonna bring a machine in? But they can't do that because it could ruin the floors, and there's only one door that goes into the courtyard. So they got to do something different. What they did was they took this big machine and they pumped the concrete over the roof. So we had, there were some concrete trucks that would pump the concrete into this big machine, this big tube that would send it over the roof and into the courtyard. Once the concrete got there in the courtyard, they let it dry, and they stamped it. It's called stamped concrete. So they put this mat down and they stamped a design on it, and the finished product just looks fantastic. It's gonna look different, but different isn't always bad. It's just different. We've also had some work on our bus lot. We go out there and we play out there for recess, and it was time. We were due for some new asphalt out there. So check out all of these machines. These guys are paving the new bus lot, and what they're doing, it's called milling. They're milling the lot, which means they're taking up all of the old stuff, dumping it into this truck. The truck will haul it away, and then the machine comes in to put the new asphalt down. It's pretty cool. And I'll tell you, it takes a lot of teamwork to make this happen. You'll notice that there are trucks waiting in line to take the old stuff from the milling process, to take the old asphalt, take it away, and a new one comes in to continue that process. There are workers running each of those trucks. There's workers running the machine that takes up the old concrete or the old asphalt. There's crews all over the place. There's even a crew to put down the new lines of paint. So when we go park there, when your parents come and they park their cars, There's those lines to show them where to park. There's a crew there that put those down. And we even got new lines for Foursquare, and we got new kickball plates. We've also done some work out on the tennis courts. If you've been by Huntertown lately, you saw that the fence was taken down. And even the fence being taken down, it just looks great out there. The fence was old, it was time, and you know what, not too many people played tennis out there, so I figured, you know what, let's change it up and use this space for something else. So here's another space that we can use for recess, just another spot where we can go play. And I'll tell you, guys, my dream is to paint a sensory path out on that spot. So just different things that kids can do. You know, we had hopscotch out by the Foursquare. I would like a gigantic hopscotch, just different areas for kids to play on. So I hope to paint some stuff down there on the tennis courts. More on that soon, but that's coming your way. In addition to the parking lot and the tennis courts, we also did some work on the playgrounds this summer. You'll remember, if you've been at Huntertown for a little while, when it rains, the rain just kind of sits there in the mulch and it gets all muddy and gross. And sometimes after it rains, we have to do blacktop only because it's too wet and too muddy and too gross out there. So there was a crew that came in, and what they did was they dug up all that old mulch. They got it all dug up, and then they put some drainage tiles so that when it rains on the mulch, when rain comes down, it goes into those pipes, those drainage tiles, and it sends the water out to the big field that's out there. So hopefully, when it rains a lot, we're not going to have water standing in our playground. And then they put new mulch on top, and it looks gorgeous. So I can't wait for you guys to check out these new playgrounds, the tennis courts. It looks awesome. In addition to some work outside, we did some work inside as well. I think I talked about it on the announcements once, but we got new paint upstairs, and it just brightened up that whole space. So if you're a second grader or a third grader, go take a look at that. It looks great and nice and bright. And we're gonna get carpet later this summer. It's not in yet, but we're gonna get new carpet upstairs, and we're also gonna get some new carpet in our fourth grade area. So lots of work, lots of new stuff going on for you, because you guys deserve it. Speaking of change, there's some change in the fifth grade team. Our fifth grade teacher, Mrs. Cruzy, retired, and we celebrated her at the end of the school year. Typically what we do for a retirement is we have a big celebration. Everybody's involved. We'll talk about it at the wing ding and recognize and honor the person who's retired, like we did with Miss Paulette in the kitchen, like we've done with some others here who have retired recently. So we didn't get to do that, unfortunately, but Mrs. Cruzy, we hope retirement is fantastic for you. We're hoping you're having some time to relax and enjoy it, and we're gonna miss you like crazy. There's some more changes going on with Mrs. Cruzy's retirement. There's been some room changes. So Mrs. Sullivan is moving out to where Mrs. Cruzy was, and we're gonna have 4 sections of fifth grade next year. So all of our fifth graders are gonna be outside. Everybody's gonna be outside in the portable classrooms. So that'll be cool. Mrs. Charlton is moving to Mrs. Sullivan's spot, and we will have a brand new fourth grade teacher in Mrs. Charlton's room. So keep your ears open and your eyes peeled to see who that new fourth grade teacher is. I can't wait. And also in some changes, we got a new logo. So we're still the Wildcats. You see my Wildcat up there. I'm gonna point at him. You see him up on the shelf. So we're still the Huntertown Wildcats, but our Wildcat got a makeover as well. We're talking about the Courtyard got a facelift and a makeover. Our Wildcat did as well. So change isn't always bad, right? Change is just change. It's different. It's something new, something fresh. So there have been some different Wildcats throughout our time here. This is an early Wildcat. He's kind of fierce, scary. So there's a Wildcat. We've also had this Wildcat. You remember him? He's in the gym, right? He's up in the gym, on the gym wall. We've got this Wildcat. He's all over the place. He's on our signs out front and stuff like that. Now, we're not going to get rid of those Wildcats that are on the walls and on the signs and things like that. No, it's still part of who we are. But in addition to those guys, we also got this brand new Wildcat. So take a look at him. Isn't he great? Oh my gosh. So brand new Wildcat, and he just looks fantastic. So I can't wait to start getting maybe some shirts with this Wildcat on it, and it'll be great. So some changes are here, and we're just getting ready for you and excited for you to be back here at Huntertown.
Now it's time to hear about our birthdays.
We have a lot of Wildcats with summer birthdays, so if you've had a summer birthday or you will have a summer birthday, have a fantastic birthday. I hope it's a good one for you.
I figured it'd also be fun. Since it's summertime's about fun, we could also play our favorite game.
Where in the school is Mr. Stancifer?
All right, I'm in our spot. I'll give you a couple minutes to take a look around and see if you can figure out where I am. All right, first clue. When you're hot, this place makes sure that you're not. All right, second clue. When you're cold and chilly, this place makes sure that you're warm and toasty. All right, last clue. I'm guessing you've never seen this room, but Mr. Andy is the only one, typically, who works back here. If you guessed the principal's office, you're wrong. That's not right. It's not the principal's office. If you guessed the boiler room, now you're cooking. Boiler room. How about that? Did you know that there was a boiler room here? Pretty cool, huh? And I'll tell you, Mr. Andy works really hard to make sure that all of these rooms are the right temperature, and that when it's cold, that it gets warm in those classrooms, and when it's hot outside like it is right now, it gets cool in those classrooms. So he monitors that a lot, and he works back there to make sure that things are looking good for us. Which leads us to some Wildcat Awards. I've got some Wildcat Awards. It's summertime and I still have Wildcat Awards. First, Wildcat Awards go to every single teacher in this building. And I'll tell you, every adult in this building is a teacher. Whether they hold that title or not, they are a teacher, because they're great leaders for all of us. So our teachers are working hard to plan for the fall without knowing really what the fall's going to look like. We don't know what it's going to look like in the fall, but they're planning for just a variety of different scenarios. And so I talked about that summertime, it's a time for water balloons, and it's a time for fun. And our teachers are working really hard. It should be a time for fun for them as well, but they're working really, really hard to make sure that you've got everything you need when we come back here in the fall. So kudos to teachers for putting in that time and making sure that everything's going to be good to go for the fall. I've got a Wildcat Award going to our students, all of you guys, because you guys are exhibiting the lifeline of patience. You were patient through all of remote learning, and you're patient now, waiting to see what the fall is going to look like. I'll tell you, I cannot wait for you guys to be back here in this building. But until we have a decision on what's going on, you are exhibiting the lifeline of patience, and so high five for all of you. Final Wildcat Award goes to our custodial crew. All of our custodians here at Huntertown, Mr. Andy, Mr. Lloyd, our night custodians, and we have one who works for us in the summertime. Her name is Mrs. Yeiser. So high five to all of our custodians for doing a fantastic job, making this building look great for all of us. When you come in, those floors are going to be shining. Everything's going to be cleaned. Every classroom is deep cleaned, and they've got it looking fantastic. So high five to all of our custodians. Like I said, we don't know what the fall is going to look like, but I do know this. I cannot wait to get you back into this school. This school is meant to have kids in it, and it's been kind of a bummer being here over the summer, and it's been super quiet. So we need you in this building, and I can't wait till that happens. So more information will be coming out to your parents here at the end of July or beginning of August, and just can't wait to see you in this building. And for some of you, I can't wait to meet you. So we've got some new Wildcats, some kindergartners, and some just new to Huntertown, new Wildcats. So can't wait to meet you. I hope you have a fantastic summer. I hope your summer's going incredibly well. And I feel like my parents always told me when we hit 4th of July, they said this is the halfway point for summer. So remember to enjoy every single day. Do something every day that you're proud of. As Wildcats, remember it's our responsibility each day to do the right thing and treat people right, because you remember when we do the right thing and when we treat people right, we get peace. Peace to you. Have a fantastic summer. Enjoy the rest of it. I can't wait to see you this fall, however that's going to look, and enjoy your summer. Have a great day, everybody.